Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It feels like I haven't recorded in years, even though it's only been a week, and you may or may have not noticed that I did skip uploading last week, and I'm sorry about that, but honestly I needed a break. I have been feeling very burnt out, very overwhelmed, both with like my plans and with YouTube and just like my general life. So honestly, I just needed to take a bit of a break, take a bit of a breather, but I feel like I'm ready to jump back into the game because honestly, the last couple of weeks I have been just rotting on the couch, not doing anything. While I do feel like sometimes you do need those periods of not doing anything, I feel like I thrive when I'm just like in a good routine, when I'm actually doing stuff, when I'm being productive, and when I'm doing things that I ultimately love. So yes, I am back, and today I want to do just a couple of like plain chores and just chat with you guys, honestly, just talk about life, talk about what's been going on, how I've been feeling. And yeah, this will be definitely a very chill, cozy video, so definitely put it on in the background while you're doing your own chores. And I also don't have like any major plain chores. Like we're gonna be doing some really simple tasks because I have been feeling really burnt out by my plant collection. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't know if it's just because of, you know, the summer coming to an end. I have been also dealing with a lot of pests, like a lot more pests than I usually have to deal with. And like I have just the thrips. The thrips have been literally everywhere. And this time around, I am actually fighting those like black thrips, which is something that I've never dealt with. Usually I would get like the white larvae or like at most some of those like brown ones, but I've never encountered the black thrips. And now they're literally everywhere. And I find them on plants that usually never get thrips or pests in general. So it has just been really difficult, honestly. It has been really tough. And the only way that I can deal with those pests is like the natural way. I can either like wash them off or like use some type of like DIY insecticide because I don't like using hardcore pesticides, and you can't really even get those over here without like a certificate. And also predatory mites aren't a thing here. So I have to battle all of my pests the good old natural way. However, the good old natural way isn't the best way to deal with things, especially when you just don't feel motivated to do any plant care or any plant chores. So my plants have definitely been neglected. There is definitely a lot of pests going on. I am also downsizing my plant collection further. Like I really realized that I have way too many plants, and I just need to get rid of plants that are either duplicates or that are really not bringing me a lot of joy. So yeah, that's also going to be an upcoming video. I already have a couple of plants set to the side for purging, but yeah. Let's just get into this video right now, and then we will chat as I go along. And before we actually start, I want to show you something kind of exciting. Let me just get it because I didn't prepare for this video whatsoever, but I actually got a new plant, and this is a plant that one of you guys actually gifted me. So this is a little subscriber gift, which is so nice. A subscriber reached out to me. She also lives in Croatia. We met up, and now I would say we became friends, and she gifted me this little cutie pie, which is the Hoya Hoshkaliana, I think that's how you say that, inner variegated. And I really wanted this plant, mainly because of Wild Fern. She has a stunning specimen of this plant, and ever since seeing hers, I really wanted one of these. And this subscriber was so kind, and she knew that and gifted me this plant. So thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Now, when I got this plant, it was like one vine with 4 little sections. So I just chopped it up And now I have 4 different sections rooting in tree fern fiber. Apparently these are a bit of a finicky rooter, so I am actually keeping this in one of these like IKEA cloches. These are fantastic for rooting plants or like keeping really, really small plants. I freaking love those. And yeah, now I have like 4 sections rooting. I hopefully they will all take, because then I will be able to get like a full bushy plant, I would say, in no time. So yes, I'm very, very excited about this plant. And also Hoyas are just so cute. I love them. I talked about in my previous video how I want to switch to mainly growing Hoyas, because I don't know, Hoyas are really, really bringing me a lot of joy, and I would say they are my favorite genus. So yeah, that's a cutie little addition. But we are actually going to be starting with some Hoya repots over here. I have some of my new Hoyas that I recently hauled, and y'all, they are growing like crazy already. So I just want to repot them, get them into like a more permanent home, because right now all of them are in tree fern fiber in these small cups, and these small cups do dry out really, really fast. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to bring you a little bit closer so you can see what I am doing. Okay, there we go. Now you will be able to see better what I'm actually doing, and I can show you the plants better. So this is the first plant that we're going to be starting off with. This is the Hoya Bell inner variegated, and she is already growing. She already pushed out these 2 new leaves in my care, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but she already has a peduncle going on right there. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not. It is super, super tiny, but I'm like, girl, why are you already trying to bloom? Like, this is literally just like such a small cutting. But yes, this Hoya is apparently quite thirsty, and although it's not like super rooted in here, I can definitely see some roots, and I just want to put it into something a little bit bigger, just so my mind is at ease and I know that I'm not underwatering this thing. And also I will be using this mix, which is Plant Scraper's Supreme Aeroid Mix, and this Aeroid Mix is super chunky, super well draining, so I'm not scared of putting such a small plant into a bit of a bigger vessel. So let's just go ahead and unpot it and see the root situation. Also, I don't think I'm gonna mess with the root ball too much. Am I even gonna mess with the root ball? Because maybe a little bit, just so like the tree fern fiber doesn't stay in the middle like too moist. But I freaking love tree fern fiber. Like, tree fern fiber is amazing for rooting Hoyas. I've had a 100% success rate with rooting Hoyas in tree fern fiber. So honestly, if you have trouble rooting literally any plant, but particularly Hoyas, I highly recommend tree fern fiber. But yeah, basically I have just been feeling very burnt out and very overwhelmed by my plants. And I feel like that's normal. I always go through cycles where I'm really excited about my plants, and then that lasts a couple of months, and then I go through cycles where I am just a little bit overwhelmed by my plants, and then that lasts a couple of months. So I know that this is normal, and I know that eventually I will fall in love with my plants again. Right now I'm just a little bit overwhelmed because of like the whole pests situation. And, you know, I was obviously away on vacation, which, you know, I feel like post-vacation depression is such a real thing. And I have just been so tired. I don't have the energy to do anything. And yeah, like even I'm back at work. This was my first week back at work from vacation. And it was miserable because I just had no energy. I had no motivation. I mean, if you've been on my channel, you probably heard me talk about how I'm just not really satisfied at my job. Like, it's fine. It pays the bills, but like I'm just at that point in my life where I'm like, I don't want to live that way till I'm like 60, you know? I don't want to work a job, like a corporate job, where it's just paying the bills and where it's not giving me anything in return. And like the bills that it pays aren't even that high. Like So it just, I don't know, it feels a little, I don't know, it feels unmotivating when I'm at that job because I literally just, I don't like it, if I'm being completely honest. So that has been happening, and also just the fact that I have to sit in front of a computer for 8 hours, and then, this whole YouTube thing. As much as I love doing YouTube, it's a lot of work, like filming, editing, doing stuff with plants. It's seriously a lot of work, and especially like the editing aspect. I don't know, like the older I get, the less time I want to spend in front of like computer screens and phone screens, and I really just want to minimize my screen time. But that's hard to do when like your job requires you to be in front of a screen for 8 hours, and then you have other creative outlets that also require you to be in front of a screen. So I have just been feeling a little bit overwhelmed also with this whole YouTube thing. I am slowly but surely like just running out of ideas, if I'm being honest. Okay, Hoya Bella Inner Variegated is done, so let's move on to the next one and then I can continue rambling. I also want to repot this cutie, which is the Hoya, oh god, is this the Singularis? Ingularis? Insularis. Okay, that's the... I cannot believe I forgot the name. This is the Hoya Insularis, and we're going to be repotting her as well. She already also pushed out these two cute little leaves in my care. Again, not too much of a root system, but I can definitely see some roots. But yeah, truth be told, I am slowly but surely running out of ideas when it comes to making like plenty YouTube videos. And I am the type of person that really just doesn't like repetitive content. I know a lot of people do it. Like 90% of creators just repeat the same information over and over and over again. Not just plenty creators, like just in general, like even lifestyle vloggers, even like cooking channels, like it's all just the same information over and over and over again. And to a degree, I do the same thing because like there's not too much to talk about when it comes to like plant care. Like there are a couple of things that you can mention, but I feel like I've done already so many videos. Like I'm almost at the 100 video mark when it comes to like just plenty content, that I'm slowly running out of ideas of what to talk about, if I'm being honest. Like they're just like, I feel like I'm just talking about the same old plants, the same old topics. I feel like I'm constantly repeating myself, and I know that y'all don't mind that. Like y'all told me that you really don't mind me repeating myself, but I mind it. Like for me, it's just like, I don't know, it's boring. And I don't wanna push out like the same content over and over and over again for content's sake. So that has me thinking that I am probably gonna return to posting like videos once per week, which I really don't want to do. I feel like uploading twice a week is such a sweet spot both for me and you guys and the algorithm as well. But I feel like I don't have the time, and I feel like I don't have the topics to post like twice a week going forwards. Like, I don't know, I haven't decided yet completely, so I might still continue uploading twice a week. I might move to uploading once a week. I don't know. But I definitely know that some kind of change and shift is coming, just because, yeah, I do feel a little burnt out and overwhelmed. And like I mentioned, like it's hard to post like 2 videos a week while doing your full-time job, while also having other hobbies. Like I also, work out. I want to spend time in nature. I want to read. I want to, watch movies and shows and hang out with my friends. Like it's a lot. So I feel like for the time being, the smart idea would be to just go down to uploading once per week and see how that goes. And maybe once I kind of like get the gears going again, and maybe once inspiration strikes, maybe I'll be able to go back to uploading twice a week. Who knows? But just a little bit of a heads up. Like I said, I haven't made up my mind yet, so I don't know. But in case you start seeing less videos from me, just know that that is the reason why. And I know y'all will understand. Y'all are absolute like sweet baby angels. And honestly, I couldn't wish for like a better audience. So honestly, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate you, but I also want to keep things like transparent and authentic with you. So yeah, Hoya insularis, she is a dunzo, looking cutie. And obviously, I really don't want to. I don't want to stop making YouTube videos. Like, I've even thought about that, but I really do enjoy making YouTube videos. I do enjoy the filming process, the editing process, but it's just, you know, the niche that I chose, which is plants. It's very small to begin with. I feel like there is only so much content you can make, and I see so many like creators just doing the same thing over and over and over again, which is fine, like completely fine. Obviously, we are all just kind of borrowing ideas from one another. Like I'm literally doing a plain chores video. There are like millions of plain chores videos. But you know, I don't wanna constantly like do the same thing. And no shade to anybody who is like doing the same thing over and over again. That is cool. If that works for you, by all means do it, but it just doesn't work for me. Like I am the type of person who, I don't know, I'm just I guess very self-critical of myself and my content. Like most of the time I think that my content is garbage, and most of the time I'm like, who is even watching these videos? And like a lot of my video ideas actually end up getting scrapped because I'm like, ain't nobody gonna watch this. Like even right now, just, you know, talking about this, I feel like who even cares? Like I'm just complaining and venting, and obviously I don't wanna be also that type of person that only complains all the time. But I feel like first of all, y'all don't mind, and I feel like we created this like cute little community where I can share my feelings, my thoughts, and I'm just really grateful for all of that. And also, at the end of the day, it's just YouTube. It's not that serious. I really shouldn't take it that serious. Like I started this out of like just a pure love for houseplants, and because I want to share my journey, my houseplant journey, and my love for plants. And yeah, sometimes there are ups, sometimes there are downs, but at the end of the day, what's important is that I'm having fun. So yeah, anyway, that's that on the whole YouTube thing. Right now I'm working on the Hoya multiflora Wonderfill, which honestly rooted so quickly. Like I got this as a unrooted cutting and it already has a bunch of roots. Now I did water this, so it's just a little bit wet. I'm gonna be moving this into a bit of a bigger pot, which I am a tiny bit scared of, but also this Hoya is a very thin-leafed Hoya, so I think she will do fine. And clearly she is like a good rooter because she has already like pushed out a pretty good root system, and I've only had this for a couple of weeks. She also pushed out these 2 new leaves ever since I got it. So I'm really, really happy about this plant. And my Hoyas have just been bringing me so much joy. I love them. Unfortunately, I did find thrips also on one of my Hoyas, which is like so annoying. But I feel like for the most part, I've had thrips on Hoyas before, and I had a pretty easy time getting rid of them on my Hoyas. It's the Monsteras, it's my Philodendrons. Those are definitely the main thrip culprits, especially my Monsteras. Oh my god, I am thinking about chopping down all 3 of my big Monsteras. So my Deliciosa, my Thai, and my Albo, because they are just, first of all, they are huge and taking up so much space. They have so many leaves, and when they get infested nowadays, it's just so hard to treat. I was giving them a shower outside the other day, and I had such a hard time even getting them through the door. So yeah, I think it's gonna be time to chop those plants up, restart them. I really don't want to do that because I love how big they are and how they have grown, and I don't know, it just feels so sad whenever I have to restart such a big plant, like a plant that I haven't chopped in years. But sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's necessary, and I know that the plant will regrow. I know I will be able to get it back to that full, beautiful, lush state. But in a way, it does hurt. It does hurt. Like with small plants, I really don't have an issue restarting them. But when a plant is like pretty big and established, it does hurt a tiny little bit, but I think for my own sake, for my own sanity, I think it's something that I will have to do eventually. So Hoya multiflora Wonderful is done. She is looking like a cute little snack. Now this one I'm the most scared of, honestly, because I did put this in a 12 centimeter pot. I believe that that's like maybe a 3.5 inch. And the other two I did put in a smaller pot. Like I'm a lot more confident putting it into this pot than this pot. But again, I think this Hoya, I think she will be fine. Plus this lives in on my west facing windowsill, and that windowsill gets a lot of light. So fingers crossed. I mean, fingers crossed for all of these Hoyas, but I think all should be fine. I'm just gonna take all of this tree fern fiber because tree fern fiber is expensive, and I'm just gonna put it back into this Supreme Aeroid mix, because this Aeroid mix does have a tree fern fiber in it, so I can just mix it up all together. Next up, I want to do a bit of a chopperoo. This is my Hoya pubicalyx, pink, silver, something ghost, I don't even know. But this is supposed to be a silver Hoya pubicalyx. Clearly, it's not. And I am very upset about it because this was a quite expensive plant. And yeah, like the most silver I have is this leaf over here, which I would have been fine with if the other leaves were that silver, but like no, this is just not it. Like even my regular Hoya pubicalyx is more like splashy and silver than this. So I am not happy about that. And I want to chop her up. I want to chop her up and root some of these cuttings, see if any of them will push out some more silver, and I will probably leave like the mother plant. Now, I don't know if there is a growth point in the soil, so I don't know, but I'm just like, this is not it. Like if I want like a green splashy Hoya pubicalyx, I already have that. So I don't want to have two of the literal same plant. I wanted a silver Hoya pubicalyx. So we're just gonna get to chopping. Now these, oh God, these notes down here are very, very tight, but there we go. We have one section. And then this leaf over here is the most silver, so I really want to get that one because I feel like that one would give me the best kind of variegation. But as you can see, like just the stem is so short over here. So I think I'm gonna keep these like bottom leaves as is and just hope that it will shoot out a silver leaf. Like I might keep this as is, honestly. Or should I maybe just chop this section as well? I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna chop this. I'm gonna chop this, and I'm just gonna leave this as is, and just like really hope that it will push out some more silver leaves. Like they don't have to be completely silver, but like something like this, maybe even something like this, I would be fine with. But like this is not doing anything for me. I don't know this section over here. I don't think this is like gonna root up. Like this basically has no stem. I could try, but also these leaves aren't too nice, too silvery. So I think I'm gonna get rid of that. But this section I will chop up. Although again, not a lot of silver happening over here, but maybe I will get lucky. So I'm just gonna do this, and this like vine I'm gonna take off. So we have one section over here. Then we have another section over here. And then this stem is once again pretty short, so I'm just gonna take off these like bottom leaves and root this little section. Like this leaf is nice. I feel like this leaf is nice, but then next to it is this leaf, which is like barely even splashy, and that's just so upsetting. So yeah, there we go. A couple Hoya pubic calyx cuttings, and you know what? If none of these push out a silver, I'm probably gonna just give it to somebody, honestly, because I would like to say that I would pot it up with my regular Hoya pubic calyx, but my regular Hoya pubic calyx is huge as is, and like I don't want to make it even bigger, so I'm just gonna keep these as is, and if none of these push out silver, I'm just gonna give it to a friend. So yeah, there we go. I'm gonna put these probably just in water. I'm gonna leave them out just so they can callus a little bit. Like these are, like I said, Hoya pubic calyx. I feel like it's such an easy plant to root and like to regrow. This is such a fast grower, so I'm not worried about it. I just want more silver, and I hope that I will get more silver. Another little Hoya chopperoo that we can do is on my Hoya paradisia. Now, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time growing this Hoya, but mine just doesn't want to grow leaves. Like it threw out this huge tendril and it gave me basically no leaves. And also, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but like the internodal spacing is huge. And I've seen other specimens that have like really tight, nicely compact internodal spacing, and they like just cascade, they trail beautifully. They look something similar to like a Hoya polyneura, which is the look that I would like to have for this plant, but mine is just throwing out these long tendrils. I don't know what's that about. Maybe she has flat mites. I really don't know. I do see. Oh, nope. Okay, there was a new shoot. You won't be able to tell, but there was a new shoot coming out down here the other day, but I can see that it is dried up. So yeah, this plant, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this plant. I mean, the root system looks good. Like the root system looks good, so it must have like flat mites or something. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe I'll take cuttings of this plant, honestly. Maybe I'll take cuttings as well. So I'm gonna chop this vine because this is like useless. And I think I'm gonna take cuttings. Yeah, why not? Let's just take cuttings and see what will happen. I mean, I've had this Hoya for months now, like months. I got it, I feel like I got it sooner than the Hoya pubic calyx, silver pink, whatever, and it hasn't grown at all. So I took a cutting and I'm just gonna chop this up into 3 pieces, and then I'm gonna like really treat all of these, like just soak them in alcohol, and hopefully that will help. Because I really like this Hoya. Like I think this Hoya is so precious and so freaking cute, but it just doesn't want to grow for me. So these I will probably put into tree fern fiber, because I don't know how finicky this plant is when it comes to rooting. I would say quite finicky. I am gonna leave the base of the plant because you never know. Maybe it will decide to grow now that I've actually chopped it up. So I'm gonna leave that over here. I'm gonna go give these a bit of a rinse, and then we can pot it up into some tree fern fiber. And I already have some pots over here, so that's gonna be wonderful. Be right back. Should have reused the tree fern fiber that I had earlier, so I'm just gonna grab some fresh tree fern fiber. I dunked these into a alcohol soap solution and then rinsed them further with some water. So hopefully if there were any nasties on here, those should be dealt with. At least I hope so, because I just the pests are so annoying, I swear to God. And I know I talk about how, pests are just a normal part of this hobby and how it's just in their DNA. And I still stand by that statement, but it is definitely just one of the worst things when it comes to this hobby. And in general, this hobby is so tough because it's not one that you can just put aside. This is not a hobby that, I mean, for the most part, like there are definitely plants that I can neglect for months on end. But when you're like 100 plants deep into this thing, you need to regularly take care of your plants. Like these are not figurines on a shelf or like books or whatever. These are like living objects that you do need to take care of. And yeah, I feel like now that we are entering fall, hopefully my kind of love for plants will be rekindled. Usually it's these like transitional seasons that are the toughest when it comes to my plant collection. I feel like that's when they go through like the worst kind of periods and where I go through a lot of burnout. Like I know I posted a similar like burnout overwhelm video around 2 months ago, which was that transition period from like spring to summer. So yeah, these like transition periods I feel like are always the worst in this hobby. And I feel like in general a lot of people are kind of in that late summer slump, like end of summer slump. And I'm definitely feeling that way as well. I'm looking forward to fall and I'm looking forward to colder weather. I really am. Like today is such a nice, like gloomy, not overcast, it's raining. Rainy day, and it's really, really nice. But I know that with fall and winter will also come like a lot of depression. Its own challenges will arise when it comes to my plants. Like a lot of my plants will probably go dormant, grow slower, probably like die back a little bit. But honestly, I am looking forward to my plants just slowing down a little bit when it comes to their growth because they have been popping off this summer, which is great, but I just wasn't able to keep up. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so there we go, Hoya Paradisaceae cuttings. And I think I will also put these inside a cloche, just to be sure, because I don't have any experience rooting this. I don't remember when I bought this, if I bought it as a cutting or like already as an established plant. I feel like it was already an established plant, but I'm not sure. But either way, it doesn't matter. There are definitely a lot more plant chores that I need to do. I need to extend a couple of moss poles. I also want to chop some like bigger plants, but I think I want to do those off camera. Like today, I just wanted to do like a really chill, easy video to get back into things. And I love my Hoyas. I feel like Hoyas are so fun. They're so cute. I love playing with them. I love repotting them. I love showing them to y'all. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm sorry for missing uploads. I hope you understand. I know you will. And yeah, moving forward, like I mentioned, I don't know how the schedule is gonna look like. So I might continue uploading twice a week. I might go back to uploading once a week. I don't know. But either way, I hope you will stay. I hope you will enjoy the videos nonetheless. And I hope you're doing well. I hope you are not going through the same issues that I am faced with right now. Because honestly, just feeling depressed, feeling down, it's never a fun time. But it is something that's just a normal part of life and especially of Planned Parenthood. And I know that after a storm comes a rainbow, so I'm sure that in a couple of weeks, in a month, I will be back to being super enthusiastic about my plants. But as of right now, I just need to kind of preserve my energy and also save my sanity. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and turn on the notifications so you're notified about every new video. I hope you have a super amazing, fabulous day, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!